Hey, what's up? I'm Dave from Revocation, and you're watching DaBelly.
Hi, this is Dave from DaBelly. Today we're at the Marquee. We're going to talk to David from Revocation. Welcome to the Marquee.
Good to be here.
Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us. It's kind of a hot day today, but we're going to make this work.
Right.
Congratulations on the new album. It's been out 3 weeks now. Great Is Our Sin. Tell me a little bit about the record.
It's our first record with Ash Pearson on drums, so that's a little bit of a change. It's a concept record, so it's the first time we've ever done that lyrically. And just overall, I think it's a really dynamic record, and there's a lot of different elements that we bring to our sound on this new one, while at the same time maintaining, I think, the core elements that made our sound in the first place.
This album is bold. Great Is Our Sin, I know, is a quote from Darwin. You grabbed a quote from Darwin for this. Did you build the whole album off of that quote itself, the concept of it?
Yeah, that was sort of the jumping off point. So I sort of used it as a lens through which to view history, I guess, all the way from the Middle Ages to up to the present day, and just looking at the folly of man throughout the ages.
You seem to be making a statement too. If we look at the Darwin quote, it kind of warns us. It warns us about kind of where we're at today as a people, I think, here in America. Was that your intention, sort of send a message?
Yeah, I think anytime write lyrics, hopefully you can try to tap into something that can resonate with a lot of different people. And especially on this one where it was an overarching theme, I wanted to have a sort of cohesive idea behind it.
Well, the new album is bold. It's subtly different. You mentioned the new drummer and all. He certainly has a slightly different feel from the older work. And yeah, I guess you'd expect that with a different drummer, but it's interesting. He's got a subtle touch to some of the parts of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He grew up listening to a lot of extreme metal, but he also was really he's from Canada, so he's a big Rush fan. He also really loves Frank Zappa's music. So I think you can hear some of the, I guess, prog fusion influences in his playing. So different parts, like on a song like Profane and Vulgus, and then you can hear those elements there. Or just in terms of some of his fills, what he's bringing to the table, adds a new dimension to our sound.
It absolutely does, and it's a great sounding record. I was really thrilled the first time I heard it, and I've gone through it now a couple times, and well, obviously it must stick with me, right? And I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? I mean, you want to have replay value. I mean, some of my favorite records, something new comes out, I just listen to it on repeat over and over and over again, and we hope that our fans have the same response to the record, where they want to listen to it time and time again and revisit it, and maybe you hear different things each time, because there's a lot going on instrumentally and vocally. So yeah, hopefully this one's got a lot of replay value for our fans.
I know the record was self-produced. I understand that you went into the studio in January, finished up in February. That seems quick to me. Is that normally the speed for you guys?
Yeah, it's usually about a month as far as the recording process goes, and then a week or two with the mix, and Zeus did a really great job mixing and mastering everything, and he's just a great guy to work with in the studio in general, so we had a blast with him. And he already, I think maybe part of the reason why it seems so quick is this is our third release with him, so he's really kind of got our sound dialed in now. He always wants to bring something new to the table as well. Like, I don't think he wants to make the same sounding record every time, but he certainly knows the aesthetic that we're going for and how to kind of achieve that.
You've mentioned the aesthetic. You seem to be building, I don't know if the right word is a brand, but certainly a signature sound, sort of a thrash metal, speed metal type of feel to it. You've extended it on this album. Consciously?
Yeah, I think just as you develop as a musician, right, you want to forge your own path. When I was attending music school, they told me like the most important thing that you can do as a musician is to find your own voice, right? Everyone's obviously a collection of their influences, but how can you filter those in a way where you're not just a carbon copy of someone else, where you can take all these different influences and put them together in a way that lets your personality shine through, and I think they're at this point we have a Revocation sound, which is something that I'm really proud of, and I've heard that in different reviews and whatnot that I've read. And, like, we've kind of crafted our own little, niche thing, so that's nice. Yeah.
You certainly blazed your own trail, and you mentioned your own sound. I know some of that's influenced through your love for jazz and your schooling, and you certainly catch some of the feels in there. To me, death metal, jazz didn't equate until I was online one day on YouTube, and this young lady, VK Goes Wild, she does piano renditions of many of the metal songs, and it's certainly. Some of the songs I was listening to scream the jazz through it when she was going into the solos. It was clear as a bell, but maybe you don't hear it with the distortion. So it was interesting for me to discover that, and now doing the research for this album, talking to you, and I know that you're jazz influenced. How do you feel, how do you put that into your music, into your solos?
I guess it's anytime I write music or compose a solo, I try to just let it come from a natural place, right? So all the things that you study and work on, whether it's technique or theoretical compositional exercises, it's all so that I think it seeps into your subconscious. So when you go to write, you're not necessarily thinking of those types of things right at the forefront. Of course, when I'm soloing, I have to think about what key am I in, right? What's the time signature, what's the tempo, whatever. Does it go through different key changes? So I can kind of plan out and map out, like, okay, these are the chord scales that I need to use. But from there, it's just a lot of just discovery through improvisation. So I'll work on a solo, I'll put it on a loop for an hour, where I'm just every pass I'll do something different, right? And then little things will start to pop out, like, oh, I really like that line that I just played there. Let me go back and try to work that out more, or tease that idea out and see where I can go with it. It's the theoretical knowledge is there because it's the stuff I've worked on, but a lot of it's just through improvisation that I come to those, conclusions or whatever in the solos.
Well, today we're on one of the larger tours. I mean, there's, I want to guess, something around 8 bands on this tour, Slaughter Tour.
10.
10.
Local today, so it's 11 bands.
11 bands on this tour. What do you have going on after this tour? I'm sure you're out more.
We're going to do, our cycle's just starting up now, so we're going to be going out, doing Europe in the fall with Obscura, Beyond Creation, and Rivers of Nile. That'll be a lot of fun. After that, we come home. I think we're going to do some more touring in the States. Can't fully announce it yet, but we got something pretty good in the works. After that, what we can announce is February, 70,000 Tons of Metal. We'll be on the boat for the first time, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then, I don't know, it's anyone's guess after that, but we'll be pretty busy this year and beyond because of the new record just coming out.
Excellent. Well, that's all I got today. Is there anything else you want to mention?
No, thanks for the time, and go pick up the record if you're watching out there. Great Is Our Sin, out now. Help support us and come say what's up to us on tour. Peace.
We've been 60s, so come for the charge.